Hey there everybody, hope your day is still going well. Your tired old school gaming here, and welcome back to Thoughtful Thursday. This time, the Calibur arc for Sword Art Online. Yeah, it's definitely one of the shorter arcs. Unless you count the extra movie, which is more just recap filler, but yeah. Still, this is actually a pretty fun arc. Well, okay, you know what? Let me start with the opening theme, which is "Courage" by Tomatsu Haruka, with Asuna's Japanese voice actress, and it is technically the opening song for the rest of the season, but I can talk about it again with the next arc, but this time it's more of a feature of Kirito and his harem plus Klein. Okay, yeah. Maybe I should stop making that joke. Well, I'll probably make it a few more times, but the way the visuals play out is more indicative of how, Kirito is essentially the kind of, accidentally got himself into a leader role for everyone. Yeah, and anytime Kirito asks for help, not only to get a legendary item, but technically also save the land of the fairies. Without hesitation, everyone just jumps in with no second thought. How that was actually kind of somewhat highlighted in the last arc, when everyone figured out exactly why Kirito logged into GGO. A door opens, Kirito walks in, and then, kind of some quick visuals that, ever since the whole SAO incident, Kirito is always the first to jump in to whatever needs to be done, and everyone else is kind of compelled to follow him. Then the ending. What the hell? Okay, there was some, weird... I don't know, did my fingers become dyslexic when writing notes? Yeah, and anyway, the ending theme this time around is, No More Time Machine by Lisa. And there's not too much to it. The main focus is, Kirito's kind of reflecting over, all the major moments of his life, from, at least from Sword Art Online to now, and how each girl joined his harem, and a few visuals from the Calibur arc as well, and he because for any of us, maybe we look back at certain moments in our life and just go, I kind of wish I could have done something different there. Would have said something different. Would have taken a different direction or something. And that's normal for most people. But for Kirito, he looks back at his time through all the things that happened in Sword Art Online, in Alphon Online, Gun Gale Online, and all the way up to what is the current arc. There may be some maybe certain sad moments or other cringeworthy moments. He would not want any. Yeah, there would be no more time machine, no more desire for a time machine to go back and change certain things. I mean, after all, how would if he were to change something, it would completely rewrite everything, and all the people that he loves and that love him in return would not be around at all. So first there's the debriefing episode. I beg your pardon? Why in the hell do we need this? Because, okay, personally, I can understand the need for a recap episode at the start of a new season. Hell, if Sword Art Online ever actually does get that final arc into the animated series, and hell, the progressive movies, there's 2 so far, but yeah, the third it's it's indefinitely in production, apparently. Yeah, but apart from the progressive movies, there's there is like one final arc for the Sword Art Online story that can eventually be adapted. Now and the thing is, like, the point I'm getting to is, if they want to do a recap episode with as episode 1, or hell, episode 0 for the final arc, and then like episode 1 jumps into the actual story, I can completely understand that. But why in the ever-living do we need a recap episode in the middle of the season, completely disrupting the entire flow? Was it a way to pad the runtime or something? Because, I mean, technically with like the 14.5, it's a 25-episode season. So, was there like some kind of contractual obligation to, like, we need a certain number of episodes, we've only got 24, I'll throw a recap episode in the middle? What? Recapping everything that happened in the second season so far, like, what the hell? And the thing is, like, a part of me can kind of understand, like, because some studios have been doing a thing where it's like, okay, well, we're only releasing half this season, that way we have more time to, like, finish the production on the second half of the season. So, like, having the recap episode in the middle, I can definitely understand that, because not everyone has the time to binge every single episode and movie leading up to the point of a new season coming out. Or new half of a season, I guess I should say. But thing is, this just, episode 14 released on one day, or one week, then the next week, a recap episode. Then the next week, the next episode. What the hell? I don't know. Like I said, was it a contractual thing? Like, you had to have a certain number of episodes to, like, fill out the entire season, or what? What the hell happened? Whatever. So, yeah, the Queen of the Lake, because it's Kirito's harem plus new addition Sinon and Klein come together in Alfheim because they're, like, kind of briefing for a mission to retrieve the legendary sword Excalibur. Yeah, because what was it? Yeah, Kirito and Leafa saved some, I don't know, elephant Cthulhu creature. It showed them, like, the legendary sword, which triggered the quest to go and retrieve it. But apparently, other players have also been given the quest but apparently with the promise of Excalibur through a different path. And that is kind of strange, because it's like hell, even with Morrowind, there are like okay, because it's gonna be a little while, but eventually, like, the main plot revolves around, like, using Wraithguard to handle Keening and Sunder, and then go defeat Dagoth. But, I mean, technically, you don't have to do it exactly in that order. That's just more the guided path. You could, like, retrieve Sunder, and then later retrieve Keening, then, like, run over to Veth, like, oh, hey, can you give me Wraithguard? Thanks, bye. And then, oh, well, okay, I've already got everything, time to go defeat Dagoth. And hell, even, like, defeating Dagoth, like, the guideline is to, like, destroy all of the Ash vampires in order to weaken his power and his hold over the land. Which, I mean, there's technically some, like, other points to it, but that's more the overall thing. But that's not to say that is the only path forward. Like, you don't have to do it in the exact order. You don't have to hit A to Z. You can, like, start hitting random letters all over the place, as long as eventually the end path is like, oh, hey, it's all done. It's not something like that. But the fact that it's a completely different path to, like, supposedly get Excalibur, that's That's what makes it strange. And then as they eventually get back out there and head towards the upside down pyramid dungeon, like the quest giver is an NPC, a very complicated NPC apparently, who says that because all the other players are told to eliminate the elephant Cthulhu things, and then they'll be given Excalibur. But that NPC is more likely going to give them Calibur, which kind of looks similar but is completely different. Because if Excalibur were to be removed, then the curse that was placed on the land would be undone. So can't exactly do that. And plus, apparently, like this is like the cardinal, the cardinal system is like generating a quest, but this specific quest, like if the Frost Giants succeed in their mission in like under Alfheim, but then they'll go up to Alfheim and start taking over there. I don't know how they may be on a time limit, but at least Kirito and company can get into the actual dungeon and get through. Then the King of the Giants, which I mean, it was everyone versus the one Minotaur. The one that they are currently fighting has like a high resistance to physical damage, and it's kind of taking everyone a while since they didn't really like everyone can use like a certain level of magic, but like there's no like specific mage to attack, so they're having a hard time. So they have to charge their weapons with magical power. And then Kirito, with the power of main character, just charges in, and he uses like a skill connect. Technically he's using one-handed sword skills, but he just like switches back and forth between his left hand and his right hand, and it's actually kind of a mirror of like when Kirito fought the Gleam Eyes back in Sword Art Online, where he like dual wielded and just went after everything. But yeah, and then the second at least they do manage to defeat that Minotaur. The second Minotaur has a high magical resistance and just stands up and wait, hold on, because everyone's a very physical attacker. So like that doesn't even get an on-screen battle. It's just they won. On to the next. Apparently, even the other dungeon floor boss like barely gets a few seconds on screen. It's like some giant like centipede thing. They're just like cutting off the different legs on it. Yeah, and then they as they're making way to the final boss room, there's like some NPC named Freya in a cage, and then Clyde's the only one who wants to free her, and everyone else says it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. Definitely a trap. Absolutely a trap. I don't know, like, at this point, like me personally, because, you know, I wouldn't say, like, I'm any kind of expert in any sense of the word, but I have definitely dabbled in Norse mythology, so it's like, Freya being, because Freya is, I believe the goddess of fertility, or is that a different? If I'm wrong and someone's actually watching this, then feel free to correct me down in the comment section or tell me I'm right. 'Cause I believe Freya is supposed to be like the goddess of fertility for the Norse pantheon. So honestly, I would have just gone, okay, so you are named Freya. I'd probably ask like a few test questions, because like, you know, I've heard the different like allegories and the different tales. Like, sometimes, like, you know, a god or goddess in disguise will say certain things and have certain words in a certain fashion. Then, like, okay, you are definitely a god at this point. But, I mean, yeah, at least they do free her and, like, continue to the boss. And it's like, like, Freya actually does boost their health and magic points, and everyone's just like, holy crap, this is an amazing NPC we're escorting around. Because it's like, holy crap, I never heard of a spell that could actually extend health and the magic bars. So, yeah, and then, of course, like, I mean, it is a game, so, like, the villain has to have, like, the villain monologue, and trying to, like, bribe the team, and, like, oh, hey, if you side with me, I'll give you all the treasure in this room. There was actually quite a bit of treasure. Everyone's, like looking at it just, ooh, look at all the gold. Which, I mean, yeah, very, very tempting, but, yeah. Yeah. Obviously, they definitely reject him, and, yeah, like, what in the hell was the cardinal system thinking, giving the line of, the more noble a flower, the more pleasure there is in plucking it. Like, what? Sorry, what? That's gross. Well, consensually, no, but, I mean, just, like, the way he does it is just kind of gross. Like, what? Like, who programmed the cardinal system to, like, have speech patterns like that? Yeah, but at least the Excalibur episode where Kirito and his Kirito and company don't really do much for the fight. I mean, they are able to, like, dodge and like, kind of, like, tank most of Threm's attacks. But, well, that's mainly with Yui's help, because Yui just, like, sees the programming and just goes, okay, here comes the ice breath, here comes a punch and a stomp, so make sure to move out of the way. Is that cheating? Then again, they are trying to save like, the entire realm of Alfheim, so maybe it's not quite cheating. Maybe. But, and anyway... And it's actually, it was actually Leafa. There she is. Yeah, it's actually Leafa. Who, like, kind of figures out what's going on and figures that, oh, hey, they can find, like, Freya's treasure by casting a lightning spell and then, like, following where it goes among the gold. And wouldn't you know it, it's actually Mjolnir. Freya is actually Thor. And then, like, helps strike down Threm. And oddly enough, it's actually Klein. Klein gets Mjolnir, but he's just. But I'm a samurai. I don't have any points in the hammer, which I guess Thor would have given Mjolnir to Klein. Mainly, I was like, hey, you're the one person who, like, got me out of the cage and believed that I could help. So here's a prize. But of course, Klein doesn't actually have any points into like blunt weapons, so he's just like, well, crap, I guess I gotta train. Yeah, and at least they managed to pull Excalibur out of the pedestal, which breaks the curse on the underworld, and, like, sends, like, it essentially defeats the frost giants and their plans, and all the Cthulhu elephants reappear, and, hey, peace is restored. And, hey, Kirito does get Excalibur, and they can all celebrate at the Dicey Cafe afterwards, kind of discussing, like, because it was Calibur was the original sword in the stone. Excalibur was actually molded based on Calibur, and then Caliburn is something completely different. I think it's supposed to be like a mock of Excalibur, which kind of fits, because that's what Threm was going to give the players who defeated all the Cthulhu elephant things. Now, all in all, this is, kind of a side story without really too much impact on the series as a whole. I mean, well, we technically do see Kirito wielding Excalibur in the next arc. Yeah, it's a nice short little thing and enjoyable. I mean, hell, I do like these series that are a little bit shorter, because I mean, hell, it takes a lot less time to go over, and you know, seeing like Kirito and company go through a journey without the entire, without like lives at stake. I mean, I guess technically if they had failed, Alfheim would have been irreparably changed, because like as Yui put it, like after the Frost Giants take over the overworld, then what follows them is like flame giants next as part of like Ragnarok and ending the world. But I mean, hell, they could all come together for a quick journey and just have some fun and game. And that's all there is for this one. I've got to get onto like the comments and everything else. So yeah, I will see you in that video, which will be coming out a couple hours from when this one goes live. So yeah, I will see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload a video. And as always, have fun.